Good morning, YouTube. Welcome in. Take another beautiful build for you. Today we're building finally in the Lancool 207 from Lian. This has been a case that's been on the market now for a few months. I think it even got like Gamer Index is one of the best cases of 2024, if I'm not mistaken. But we're finally building in it. I've actually had the pleasure of building in the last few days, and I really like it. Featuring a 9700X, we're putting it on the beautiful B650 Tomahawk Wi-Fi board, which has become a staple here at Stinsbuilt. We're including 32 gigs of 6000 CO30 RAM coming over from Team Group and the Team Delta RGB. We've got a 1 terabyte NVMe drive coming over from Kingston and the KC3000. The client opted for a beautiful 7800 XT. That's right, we're going all AMD, AM5, got the new 7800 XT, RX 7800 XT coming over from XFX in the limited edition variant. That's right, it's going to look absolutely killer. Got an 850 watt power supply coming over from MSI as well. And again, we're going to cool it today with the Montech HyperFlow 240, which has become one of the best coolers you can buy for the price right now if you're going 240 or even 360. It's an absolutely killer system all together. I think right around that $1,400-1,500 price point, which is a phenomenal PC. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button to help us with the algorithm. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well if you want to see more beautiful PCs like this being built over in your YouTube algorithm. And if you want to catch us live on it raw like it is right now as a record and butcher this extremely long intro, you can join us any Monday, Wednesday, or Friday over at our Twitch channel. We stream around 10:30 a.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/stints. We hope to see you soon. With the music going again, and I'll see you guys over at the build station here in just a few seconds. 1 second, we'll get mic'd up. Look at that card. That card is massive. Look at that thing. It's like half the size of the case. Sheesh. How do we sound? Are we sounding good, chat? We sounding good? You guys ready to build? All right, let's get started. Getting off the top. So I built the system. I kind of know it. It's gonna be a little bit faster today. I hope you guys don't mind, just because we got so much to do with the holidays to get it out by next week. We had a bunch of stuff came in that we've been waiting on. MSI. Probably for like, honestly, 12 days to come in. So let's get started, all right? Let's go top down and let's get started on this motherboard and this CPU. All right, today's motherboard is going to be the B650 Tomahawk. Tried and true. One of probably the #1 build motherboard that we use here at Stinsbuilt. Just because price to performance, it's almost unmatchable. Like the sub, it's right around $200, I believe, for this board, and it performs phenomenal. It has really good USB ports on the back, which is what people really like it as well. All that USB has the Wi-Fi 6E as well built in. You've got a Type-C port as well, display port, 2.5 gig LAN, a bunch of USB 3. You got everything you really want on this board for the price, so it is awesome. The best zip ties in the world that we use for computer building are found at Harbor Freight for $1.99. These things are amazing. They're the right size, and also they're very strong and sturdy. All right, let's get our CPU in. There you go, 9700X down in the socket. Let's get our KC3000, a 1 terabyte drive here today. Our amazing little screwdriver, exclamation point tools. If you want to see what we have, this is the P key. I had this one for a while. I think this is a gift, actually. This has been one of the best screwdrivers I've ever had. It might be a different one on Amazon, but it's really good. Down and in with the KC3000. Take off our thermal pad on the top here. Down in we go. Great thing about this is you can set the torque limits too, so you're not over torquing everything. I really like that one. Let's get a RAM out, chat. 6000 CO30 Team Group Delta RGB. Easy fiber, Houston. See, I knew it. I knew it. There it is. Officer Ferreira with a... I gotta do a 7-year Twitch anniversary stream. We'll do some stuff, give away some stuff soon. Some gifted subs, hit that Partner Plus again. I lost that this year. I'm gonna take the cooler out yet. The reason about this cooler is 240 we're using today is that it uses the factory retention clips. So let's slide that aside. Get this case out. Now I built this case now, so I think I built 4 or 5 of these yesterday. So I got this case down. I will say this case, if you were gonna be going in blind as a new builder, would be different, or maybe even building a few PCs, be like, hey, this is different, and I'll show you why. It's a very interesting case. The box itself is very, very minimal, which is nice for a system integrator. The reason this is different is, I like it's compact, by the way. Nice and compact for us for ship. You get a 360, you get a 4090 in this case, 5090 next year. New RX cards next year, new Intel cards. It's compact. I'll show you how compact this case is, but there it is. This is compact. It's a pretty compact case. This is almost like H5, almost MATX size case here, Chad. It doesn't look like it, but when I can put my whole arm around it and interlock my hands, this is a pretty small case. The great thing also I like about this is that it is all toolless entry.
Back panel right off, pressure retained, the pressure clips. Same thing with the front glass, off like that. Top, before we get to the AIO, it'll come right off, all just self-retained like that. And we have the full case open, just like that. Now you might be like, Stints, this is a different looking case. What's the first thing that you guys notice that's different about this case? It is smaller than the 4000D, but also supports a 360 top mount, which is different. First thing you're gonna notice, are those dual 120 fans right where the power supply should be going? And my answer for you is yes. Yes, yes they are. You're like, wait a second, there's 120mm fans, where's the power supply go? Well, power supply is side mounted, front chambered right here. That's right, we have a side mounted front side mounted power supply. The cables will come up here. That's why you have all this space right here for activities like what he just said. Really different. You have plenty of airflow in this case. So when we talk about two 140mm fans up front, you put a 120mm exhaust plus the dual 120s, which honestly, this is all airflow right here. It's pulling right from in here. And it's also pulling from the back. So on the back, where the back panel would be, you have a whole serrated edge, or serrated, but perforated edge right here where air is going to be pulled in right to these fans blowing right onto a GPU. So if we have a GPU, let's say like a 5090, even an older series, 30 series or 20 series card that needs a little bit more airflow on it to help keep that cool, memory pads might be going, the GPU processor might be going, it's a little bit hotter. This case has tremendous airflow. And when you're top down, there's motherboard mounted, all right? All right, so it'll be a little different today when we build, because you're gonna be like, Sins, why aren't you doing all the front panel cables like you usually do? We're gonna go right to the power supply after we get this screwed in. Hold on, almost did a boo-boo. I forgot, this case is different because they also decided to put their screws right here. Gotta get them out of the way first. Case is right around $80. So you got two 140mm ARGB, two 140s, ARGB fans, plus two bottom, I'd say almost like remind me of the toilet bowl from H5. But now they're in here, so they have two TSU basement fans as well, or I'd say. So a great thing about Lian cases as well, I'm inside this side, you can see here, they include the little craft box or little box of all your parts. Extra fans, extra screws for the rad, things like that. Extra retention clips in case one of these would come out here on the case. And then all of your motherboard screws, things like that you'll need. So we just dump them right here into the case. I really like the way this motherboard looks in this case. The Tomahawk board always is clean, classy. Case, like I said, the case, for example, it goes really nicely. Or the motherboard goes really nice into this. It's held in pretty securely. Like I've got the board in, it doesn't move at all. Because it's got this center retention point on the center standoff where it's kind of lipped. So the board sits correctly into the case. I like that they do that. All right, there we go. All the motherboards, or all the screws are in place. Flip this up, give you a front close up. I'll grab my screws. All right, before we get the power supply in next, put a rear fan in. Get a nice little Arctic PWM fan. Just have more airflow in this case. Gonna plug right in here. We're gonna tuck our wiring up into the back of the PCB. We're gonna hide it in here. You can easily just put it right up in here and hide the wiring. You're like, wait, power supply next already? Yes, power supply. Side mount power supply, so we get it in now. And then we run our front panel connections, we run our power cables, and then we move on to the cooler. Power cable. So today we're gonna need, on our 850 watt power supply today we're using for MSI, we're gonna need we won't need our 24, we won't need our 16 pin because we're going AMD today. We won't need SATA, we will need a CPU 1. Next will be our second CPU. SATA is gonna go in here, we don't need SATA today. We'll need PCIe 1, 24 pin main, PCIe 2, there we go. All the other cables, power cable, are gonna go in the little box, the little bag here, and into the motherboard box. These are gonna be our CPU cables. CPU 1, our PCIe, PCIe 1, PCIe 2. Let's get our CPU next. 2. Next will be our 24-pin main motherboard. All right, there we go. All our cables. All right, saw this slide mount power supply. And you guys really can't see it too much, but it goes right in here on the front side. Slide into this little chamber. I'll show you where it slides in, because you're gonna see it here in a second when we secure it. There it is. There it is, slides right in here. There's our power supply. Got the switch to on, so always on. See our power supply right there. It's gonna plug right in. This is gonna plug right in here. And it runs to the back where you would typically plug it in. So in the meantime, I'm gonna screw this bad boy in. There it is. It's now in place. You can go put this back in place. Like so. It slides forward, locks in place. Next, first is gonna be our Type-C. So up and over, and then in. From these front panel connections, they're gonna move on to our power cables, and then we're gonna move on to, the first gonna be our front panel connections, going right down here on the motherboard. Once we get this done, we're gonna move on to our RGB, and then our PWM fans, which are for the front. There's RGBs in the front fans, that's in, and now we have our front 2 fans going to PWM. So we'll work on those cables here in a second. Once we get these in, those are all secure. Now we're gonna work on our HD audio and our rear fans. Now we're gonna work on our power supply cables. So first is gonna be our EPS. This is gonna be our CPU header. All right, it's dual EPS. We got our first one in, all in there. There we go. Cables are in for the EPS, looking good. Next we have a 24-pin main motherboard. Chris, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. All our cables for power ran. So our GPU cables. We'll run our GPU cable here in a second. We got our cables for our power, our GPU already out. Cable management on the back is looking pretty solid so far. We'll try and tighten up here a little bit in a second. We're gonna start working on our cooler next. Let's get this cooler out. Today we have the Montech HyperFlow 240. Fantastic cooler coming in from Montech. We've been blown away by the performance of these coolers, guys. Not gonna lie to you. They've been rock solid. There we go. Locked in place, good, drop it down really quick. We'll work on that here in a second. It's a brand new cooler. We just got these in. These are pre-applied. Thermal paste will be plenty on this. You can see the nice pad already installed. I'm gonna get our standoffs in place with the clip style. A couple of little twists. This one here as well. All right, now we're gonna get this mounted right on the top. 1 and 2, clipped in place. The hands freeze a little quickly. All right, all tightened down, nice and secure, not going anywhere. Love to see it. Pop this up. There we go. So we're working on some of the cables really quick, chat. All right. Awesome, all in. There it is, chat. We start working on this cable management. We have to work on our RGB, which goes right in around and in. On this header. There we go, RGB header's in. Connect our other RGB, which is gonna be our daisy chain. How are we looking so far? What do you think, chat? All in. Cable management's not too bad on this one. We are all except for the GPU now, chat. Let's get that GPU out today. Hooked some of our customers up with some limited edition XFX cards. Shout out to XFX and our suppliers for getting those to us. Magnetized fans, chat. So we got a behemoth of a card today. We got the XFX limited edition with the magnetized fans. That's right. Hooked the customer up a little bit today with a GPU. We hooked them up with the GPU. There it is, chat. That's crazy. That is a monstrous card, though. And we go with the GPU. 3, 2, 1. Man, for how massive this GPU, oh, it's even got a built-in, we got a built-in GPU support right here too, chat. What are we doing? This thing is perfect. Perfect case. Look at that. Look at that. Not a single wiggle or anything. It's time to boot it up, chat. You guys ready to light it up?
Guys, thanks for coming in and liking another video here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button, help us with the algorithm. Make sure people find us and see all the beautiful PCs we build. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. Remember, we build these systems live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/stints. Come on over, hang out, chat it up with us, watch us build beautiful PCs for everybody in the community. And remember, let's go.